The first book of Paralipomenon, Chapter 1. The genealogy of the patriarchs down to Abraham, the posterity of Abraham and of Esau. Adam, Seth, Enos, Canaan, Malaleel, Jared, Enoch, Methuselah, Lamech, Noah, Sem, Cam, and Japheth. The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, Thubal, Mosach, Theros. And the sons of Gomer, Askenaz, and Riphath, and Thogorma. And the sons of Javan, Elisa, and Tharsis, Chetham, and Dodanim. The sons of Cham, Cus, and Mesrai, and Phut, and Canaan. And the sons of Chus, Saba, and Havilah, Sabatha, and Regma, and Sabathaka. And the sons of Regma, Saba, and Dedan. Now Chus begot Nimrod. He began to be mighty upon earth. But Misraim begot Ludim, and Ananim, and Labim, and Nephtuim. Phetrusim also, and Casluim, from whom came the Philistines, and Caphtorim. And Canaan begot Sidon, his firstborn, and the Hethite, and the Jebusite, and the Amorite, and the Girgasite, and the Hivite, and the Arakite, and the Sinite, and the Aradian, and the Samarite, and the Hamathite. The sons of Sem, Elam, and Asur, and Arphaxad, and Lud, and Aram, and Hus, and Hol, and Gether, and Mosach. And Arphaxad begot Saleh, and Saleh begot Heber. And to Heber were born two sons. The name of the one was Phaleg, because in his days the earth was divided. And the name of his brother was Jecton. And Jecton begot Elmadad, and Saleph, and Asramoth, and Jari, and Adoram, and Usal, and Dekla, and Hebal, and Abimael, and Saba, and Ophir, and Havilah, and Johab. All these are the sons of Jecton: Sem, Arphaxad, Saleh, Heber, Phaleg, Ragau, Serug, Nachor, Thare, Abram. This is Abraham. And the sons of Abraham, Isaac, and Ishmael. And these are of the generations of them. The firstborn of Ishmael, Nabojoth, then Cedar, and Adbeel, and Mabsam, and Masma, and Duma, Massa, Hadad, and Thema, Jeter, Nephis, Kedma. These are the sons of Ishmael. And the sons of Keturah, Abraham's concubine, whom she bore, Zamran, Jeksan, Medan, Median, Jezbok, and Sui. And the sons of Jeksan, Saba, and Dedan. And the sons of Dedan, Asarim, and Latusim, and Laomen. And the sons of Madian, Ephah, and Epher, and Henoch, and Abida, and Eldad. All these are the sons of Seturah. And Abraham begat Isaac, and his sons were Esau and Israel. The sons of Esau, Eliphaz, Rahuel, Jehus, Ahilom, and Kore. The sons of Eliphaz, Theman, Omar, Sephi, Jathan, Kenez, and by Thamnah, Amalek. The sons of Rahuel, Nahath, Zara, Sama, Mesa. The sons of Seir, Lotan, Sobal, Sebeon, Enah, Dison, Eser, Disan. The sons of Lotan, Horai, Homam. And the sister of Lotan was Thamnah. The sons of Sobal, Elian, and Manahath, and Ebal, Sephi, and Onam. The sons of Sibeon, Aya, and Anna. The son of Anna, Dison. The sons of Dison, Hamram, and Esabon, and Jethron, and Charon. The sons of Eser, Balaam, and Zavan, and Jachan. The sons of Dison, Hus, and Aran. Now these are the kings that reigned in the land of Edom, before there was a king over the children of Israel, Bale, the son of Beor, and the name of his city was Dinhabah. And Bale died, and Joab, the son of Zari of Bosra, reigned in his stead. And when Joab also was dead, Husam of the land of the Themanites reigned in his stead. And Husam also died, and Adad, the son of Badad, reigned in his stead, and he defeated the Midianites in the land of Moab, and the name of his city was Avith. And when Adad also was dead, Simla of Masrekah reigned in his stead. Simla also died, and Saul of Rehoboth, which is near the river, reigned in his stead. And when Saul was dead, Balanan, the son of Achobor, reigned in his stead. He also died, and Adad reigned in his stead, and the name of his city was Phao, and his wife was called Metabel, the daughter of Matred, the daughter of Mizab. And after the death of Adad, there began to be dukes in Edom instead of kings, Duke Thamna, Duke Alva, Duke Jetheth, Duke Ulibama, Duke Elah, Duke Phenon, Duke Kenes, Duke Theman, Duke Mabsar, Duke Magdiel, Duke Hiram. These are the dukes of Edom. Chapter 2. The 12 tribes of Israel, the genealogy of Judah down to David, other genealogies of the tribe of Judah. And these are the sons of Israel: Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun, Dan, Joseph, Benjamin, Naphtali, Gad, and Aser. The sons of Judah, Her, Onan, and Selah. These three were born to him of the Canaanitess, the daughter of Sui. And Her, the firstborn of Judah, was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and he slew him. And Thamar his daughter-in-law bore him Phares and Zara. So all the sons of Judah were 5. And the sons of Phares were Hesron and Hamul. And the sons also of Zari, Zamri, and Ethan, and Eman, and Calcal, and Dara, 5 in all. And the sons of Carmi, Achar, who troubled Israel, and sinned by the theft of the anathema. The sons of Ethan, Azarias, and the sons of Hesron that were born to him, Jeremiel, and Ram, and Calabi. And Ram begot Amminadab, and Amminadab begot Nahasson, prince of the children of Judah. And Nahasson begot Salma, the father of Booz. And Booz begot Obed, and Obed begot Esai. And Esai begot Eliab, his firstborn, the second Abinadab, the third Shema, the fourth Nathaniel, the fifth Radai, the sixth Asam, the seventh David. And their sisters were Sarvia and Abigail. The sons of Sarvia, Abisai, Joab, and Asael, 3. And Abigail bore Amasa, whose father was Jether the Ishmaelite. And Caleb the son of Hesron took a wife named Azubah, of whom he had Jerioth. And her sons were Jaser, and Sobab, and Ardon. And when Azubah was dead, Caleb took to wife Ephratah, who bore him Hur. And Hur begot Uri, and Uri begot Bezaleel. And afterwards Hesron went in to the daughter of Machir, the father of Galad, and took her to wife when he was 80 years old. And she bore him Segub. And Segub begot Jair, and he had 23 cities in the land of Galad. And he took Jeser, and Aram, the towns of Jair, and Kenath, and the villages thereof, 80 cities. All these the sons of Machir, father of Galad. And when Hesron was dead, Caleb went in to Ephratah. Hesron also had to wife Abiah, who bore him Ashur, the father of Thecua. And the sons of Jeremiel, the firstborn of Hesron, were Ram, his firstborn, and Bunah, and Aram, and Asam, and Achiah. And Jerahmeel married another wife, named Atara, who was the mother of Onam. And the sons of Ram, the firstborn of Jerahmeel, were Mus, Jamin, and Achar. And Onam had sons Simei and Jedah, and the sons of Simei, Nadab, and Abisur. And the name of Abisur's wife was Abihail, who bore him Ahoban and Molid. And the sons of Nadab were Salad and Aphaim. And Salad died without children. But the son of Aphaim was Jesai, and Jesai begot Seson, and Seson begot Oholai. And the sons of Jedah, the brother of Simei, Jether and Jonathan. And Jether also died without children. But Jonathan begot Phaleth and Ziza. These were the sons of Jerahmeel. And Seson had no sons, but daughters, and a servant, an Egyptian, named Jerah. And he gave him his daughter to wife, and she bore him Ithai. And Ithai begot Nathan, and Nathan begot Zabad, and Zabad begot Ophlal, and Ophlal begot Obed. Obed begot Jehu, Jehu begot Azarias, Azarias begot Hilis, and Hilis begot Elasa. Elasa begot Sesomoi, Sesomoi begot Salem, Salem begot Echemiah, Echemiah begot Elisama. Now the sons of Caleb, the brother of Jerahmeel, were Mesa his firstborn, who was the father of Siph, and the sons of Maresa, father of Hebron, and the sons of Hebron, Kore, and Thaphuah, and Racham, and Sama. And Sama begot Raham, the father of Jerkam, and Racham begot Samai. The son of Samai, Maon, and Maon the father of Bethsur. And Ephah, the concubine of Caleb, bore Haran, and Mosa, and Gezez. And Haran begot Gezez. And the sons of Jahadai, Rogam, and Joathan, and Gesan, and Phalet, and Ephah, and Saph. And Mecah, the concubine of Caleb, bore Saber, and Arana. And Seth, the father of Madmenah, begot Sui, the father of Machbenah, and the father of Gebah. And the daughter of Caleb was Aksah. These were the sons of Caleb, the son of Hur, the firstborn of Ephratah, Sobal, the father of Kiriatharim, Salma, the father of Bethlehem, Harith, the father of Bethgader. And Sobal, the father of Kiriatharim, had sons, he that saw half of the places of rest. And of the kindred of Kiriatharim, the Jethrites, and Aphuthites, and Samathites, and Masorites. Of them came the Sarites, and Estholites. The sons of Salma, Bethlehem, and Netophathi, the crowns of the house of Joab, and half of the place of the rest of Sarai. And the families of the scribes that dwell in Jabes, singing and making melody, and abiding in tents. These are the Kenites, who came of Calor, Chamath, father of the house of Rechab. Chapter 3. The genealogy of the house of David. Now these were the sons of David that were born to him in Hebron. The firstborn Amnon of Achinoam, the Jezreelitess. The second Daniel of Abigail, the Carmelitess. The third Absalom, the son of Maacah, the daughter of Tolmai, king of Gesar. The fourth Adonias, the son of Agith. The fifth Saphatias of Abital. The sixth Jethrahem of Eglah his wife. So 6 sons were born to him in Hebron, where he reigned 7 years and 6 months. And in Jerusalem he reigned 33 years. And these sons were born to him in Jerusalem, Shema, and Sobab, and Nathan, and Solomon, 4 of Bethsabe, the daughter of Amiel, Jebar also, and Elisama, and Eliphalet, and Nogi, and Nepheg, and Japhia, and Elisama, and Eliada, and Elipheleth, 9. All these the sons of David, beside the sons of the concubines, and they had a sister, Thamar. And Solomon's son was Rehoboam, whose son Abiah begot Asa, and his son was Josaphat, the father of Joram. And Joram begot Ochazias, of whom was born Joab. And his son Amasias begat Azarias. And Joathan the son of Azarias begat Achaz, the father of Ezekias, of whom was born Manasses. And Manasses begat Amon, the father of Josias. And the sons of Josias were, the firstborn, Johanan, the second, Joachim, the third, Sedecius, the fourth, Salem. Of Joachim was born Jeconias and Sedecius. The sons of Jeconias were Aser, Salathiel, Melcharim, Phaedai, Seneser, and Jechemiah, Sema, and Nadabiah. Of Phaediel were born Zorobabel and Semai. Zorobabel begot Mosalam, Hananias, and Salomith their sister, Hesaba also, and Dohal, and Barachias, and Hasadias, Josab-Hesed, 5. And the son of Hananias was Phaltias, the father of Jesias, whose son was Rephai. And his son was Arnon, of whom was born Obadiah, whose son was Shechanias. Son of Shechanias was Simei, whose sons were Hatus, and Jegal, and Bariah, and Neriah, and Saphat, 6 in number. The sons of Neriah, Elionai, and Ezekias, and Ezracham, 3. The sons of Elionai are Douay, and Eliasub, and Phaliah, and Akub, and Johanan, and Daliah, and Anani, 7. Chapter 4. Other genealogies of Judah and of Simeon, and their victories. The sons of Judah, Phares, Hezron, and Carmi, and Hur, and Sobal. And Riah, the son of Sobal, begot Jehath, of whom were born Ahumai and Laad. These are the families of Sarathi. And this is the posterity of Etam, Jezrahel, and Jesimah, and Jedibos, and the name of their sister was Asaleptuni. And Phanuel, the father of Gedor, and Ezar, the father of Hosa. These are the sons of Hur, the firstborn of Ephratah, the father of Bethlehem. And Asar, the father of Thecua, had 2 wives, Halah and Nerah. And Nerah bore him Ozam, and Hephar, and Themani, and Ahasthari. These are the sons of Nerah. And the sons of Halah, Serah, Isar, and Ethnan. And Cos begot Enob, and Sobobah, and the kindred of Aharahel, the son of Aram. And Jabez was more honorable than any of his brethren. And his mother called his name Jabez, saying, Because I bore him with sorrow. Jabez called upon the God of Israel, saying, If blessing thou wilt bless me, and wilt enlarge my borders, and thy hand be with me, and thou save me from being oppressed by evil. And God granted him the things he prayed for. And Caleb, the brother of Sua, begot Meher, who was the father of Isthon. And Isthon begot Bethrapha, and Phesi, and Tehinnah, father of the city of Neas. These are the men of Rekah. And the sons of Kenes were Othniel, and Sarai. And the sons of Othniel, Hethath, and Manathi. Manathi begot Ophrah, and Sarai begot Joab, the father of the valley of artificers, for artificers were there. And the sons of Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, were Her, and Elah, and Naham. And the sons of Elah, Kenes. The sons also of Jalaleel, Ziph, and Ziphah, Theriah, and Asrael. And the sons of Esra, Jether, and Mered, and Epher, and Jelon. And he begot Miriam, and Samai, and Jezbah, the father of Esthemo. And his wife Judiah bore Jared, the father of Gedor, and Heber, the father of Soko, Ecuthiel, the father of Zenoi. These are the sons of Bethiah, the daughter of Pharaoh, whom Mered took to wife. And the sons of his wife Hodiah, the sister of Nahum, the father of Teliah, Garmai, and Esthemo, who was of Makathath. The sons also of Simon, Amnon, and Rinah, the son of Hanan, and Thylon, and the sons of Jesai Zoheth, and Ben-Zotheth, the sons of Selah, the son of Judah, the father of Lekah, and Ledah, the father of Maresa, and the families of the house of them that wrought fine linen in the house of oath. And he that made the sun to stand, and the men of lying, and secure, and burning, who were princes in Moab, and who returned into Lahem. Now these are things of old. These are the potters, and they dwelt in plantations and hedges, with the king for his works, and they abode there. The sons of Simeon, Namuel, and Jamin, Jared, Zerah, Saul, Selam his son, Mapsam his son, Masma his son. The sons of Masma, Hamuel his son, Zachor his son, Semai his son. The sons of Semai were 16, and 6 daughters. But his brethren had not many sons, and the whole kindred could not reach to the sum of the children of Judah. And they dwelt in Bersabi, and Melada, and Hasarohal, and in Bela, and in Asam, and in Tholad, and in Bethuel, and in Hormah, and in Siklag, and in Beth-Marcaboth, and in Hasarasusim, and in Bethbarai, and in Saarim. These were their cities unto the reign of David. Their towns also were Etam, and Ain, and Rimmon, and Thokan, and Asan, 5 cities, and all their villages round about these cities as far as Baal. This was their habitation, and the distribution of their dwellings. And Mosabab, and Jemlech, and Josa, the son of Amasias, and Joel, and Jehu, the son of Josabiah, the son of Sariah, the son of Asiel, and Elionai, and Jacobah, and Isohiah, and Asaiah, and Adiel, and Ismael, and Benaiah. Zizah also, the son of Sephi, the son of Elon, the son of Adiah, the son of Simri, the son of Semiah. These were named princes in their kindreds, and in the houses of their families were multiplied exceedingly. And they went forth to enter into Gedor as far as to the east side of the valley, to seek pastures for their flocks. And they found fat pastures, and very good, and a country spacious, and quiet, and fruitful, in which some of the race of Chem had dwelt before. These, whose names are written above, came in the days of Ezekias king of Judah, and they beat down their tents, and slew the inhabitants that were found there, and utterly destroyed them unto this day. And they dwelt in their place, because they found their fat pastures. Some also of the children of Simeon, 500 men, went into Mount Seir, having for their captains Phaltius, and Neriah, and Rephai, and Oziel, the sons of Jesai. And they slew the remnant of the Amalekites, who had been able to escape, and they dwelt there in their stead unto this day. Chapter 5. Genealogies of Reuben and Gad, their victories over the Achorites, their captivity. Now the sons of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, for he was his firstborn, but forasmuch as he defiled his father's bed, his first birthright was given to the sons of Joseph, the son of Israel, and he was not accounted for the firstborn. But of the race of Judah, who was the strongest among his brethren, came the princes. The first birthright was accounted to Joseph. The sons then of Reuben, the firstborn of Israel, were Enoch, and Phalu, Hezron, and Carmi. Sons of Joel, Semiah his son, Gog his son, Semai his son, Micah his son, Reiah his son, Baal his son, Bera his son, whom Telgath-Phalneser, king of the Assyrians, carried away captive, and he was prince in the tribe of Reuben. And his brethren and all his kindred, when they were numbered by their families, had for princes Jahiel and Zacharias. And Bela, the son of Azaz, the son of Sama, the son of Joel, dwelt in Aurora, as far as Nebo and Bilmeon. And eastward he had his habitation as far as the entrance of the desert, and the river Euphrates, for they possessed a great number of cattle in the land of Galaad. And in the days of Saul they fought against the Agarites, and slew them, and dwelt in their tents in their stead in all the country that looketh to the east of Galaad. The children of Gad dwelt over against them in the land of Basan, as far as Selgah. Johel the chief, and Saphon the second, and Janai and Saphat in Basan. And their brethren according to the houses of their kindreds were Michael, and Mosalam, and Sibi, and Jorai, and Jachan, and Zai, and Heber, 7. These were the sons of Abihail, the son of Hurai, the son of Jerah, the son of Galad, the son of Michael, the son of Jesisi, the son of Jedo, the son of Buz. And their brethren, the sons of Abdiel, the son of Guni, chief of the house, in their families, and they dwelt in Galad, and in Basan, and in the towns thereof, and in all the suburbs of Saron, unto the borders. All these were numbered in the days of Joathan, king of Judah, and in the days of Jeroboam, king of Israel. The sons of Reuben, and of Gad, and of the half-tribe of Manasseh, fighting men, bearing shields and swords, and bending the bow, and trained up to battles, 40,760 that went out to war. They fought against the Agarites, but the Turians, and Naphies, and Nodab gave them help. And the Agarites were delivered into their hands, and all that were with them, because they called upon God in the battle, and he heard them, because they had put their faith in him. And they took all that they possessed, of camels 50,000, and of sheep 250,000, and of asses 2,000, and of men 100,000 souls. And many fell down slain, for it was the battle of the Lord. And they dwelt in their stead till the captivity. And the children of the half-tribe of Manasseh possessed the land, from the borders of Basan unto Baal, Hermon, and Senir, and Mount Hermon, for their number was great. And there were the heads of the house of their kindred, Epher, and Jesai, and Eliel, and Israel, and Jeremiah, and Odiah, and Jediel, most valiant and powerful men, and famous chiefs in their families. They forsook the God of their fathers, and went astray after the gods of the people of the land, whom God destroyed before them. The God of Israel stirred up the spirit of Phul, king of the Assyrians, and the spirit of Telgath-Phalanasar, king of Asar. And he carried away Reuben, and Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, and brought them to Lahilah, and to Habor, and to Ara, and to the river of Gozan, unto this day. Chapter 6. The genealogies of Levi and of Aaron, the cities of the Levites. The sons of Levi were Gerson, Kehath, and Merari. The sons of Kehath, Amram, Isar, Hebron, and Osiel. The children of Amram, Aaron, Moses, and Mary. The sons of Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, Eleazar, and Ithamar. And Eleazar begot Phinehas, and Phinehas begot Abisu. And Abisu begot Bochai, and Bochai begot Ozai, and Ozai begot Zarias, and Zarias begot Marioth. Marioth begot Amarias, and Amarias begot Achitob. Achitob begot Sadoc, and Sadoc begot Achimas. Achimas begot Azarias. Azarias begot Johanan. Johanan begot Azarias. This is he that executed the priestly office in the house which Solomon built in Jerusalem. And Azarias begot Amarias, and Amarias begot Achitob, and Achitob begot Sadoc, and Sadoc begot Salem. Salem begot Helcias, and Helcias begot Azarias. Azarias begot Sarias, and Sarias begot Josedek. Now Josedek went out when the Lord carried away Judah and Jerusalem by the hands of Nabuchodonosor. So the sons of Levi were Gerson, Kehath, and Merari. And these are the names of the sons of Gerson, Lobni, and Semai. The sons of Kehath, Amram, and Isar, and Hebron, and Osiel. The sons of Merari, Maholi, and Musi. And these are the kindreds of Levi according to their families. Of Gerson, Lobni his son, Jahath his son, Zama his son, Joah his son, Addo his son, Zara his son, Jethri his son. The sons of Kehath, Aminadab his son, Kori his son, Aser his son, Elkanah his son, Abisaph his son, Aser his son, Thahath his son, Uriel his son, Ozias his son, Saul his son, the sons of Elkanah, Amasai, and Achimoth. And Elkanah, the sons of Elkanah, Sophi his son, Nahath his son, Eliab his son, Jeroham his son, Elkanah his son, the sons of Samuel, the firstborn, Veseni, and Abiah, and the sons of Merari, Mahole, Lobni his son, Semai his son, Oza his son, Samah his son, Hagiah his son, Asaiah his son. These are they whom David set over the singing men of the house of the Lord, after that the ark was placed. And they ministered before the tabernacle of the testimony, with singing, until Solomon built the house of the Lord in Jerusalem, and they stood according to their order in the ministry. These are they that stood with their sons. Of the sons of Keth, Heman, a singer, the son of Joel, the son of Samuel, the son of Elkanah, the son of Jeroham, the son of Eliel, the son of Phohu, the son of Suph, the son of Elkanah, the son of Mahith, the son of Amasai, the son of Elkanah, the son of Johel, the son of Azarias, the son of Sophonias, the son of Thaheth, the son of Aser, the son of Abiasaph, the son of Kori, the son of Esar, the son of Caeth, the son of Levi, the son of Israel, and his brother Asaph, who stood on his right hand, Asaph, the son of Barachias, the son of Semah, the son of Michael, the son of Lexiah, the son of Melchiah, the son of Athani, the son of Zerah, the son of Adiah, the son of Ethan, the son of Zamah, the son of Semai, the son of Jeth, the son of Gerson, the son of Levi, and the sons of Merari, their brethren. On the left hand, Ethan, the son of Cusai, the son of Abdi, the son of Melach, the son of Hasabiah, the son of Amasai, the son of Helkias, the son of Amasai, the son of Boni, the son of Sumer, the son of Mahole, the son of Musi, the son of Merari, the son of Levi. Their brethren also the Levites, who were appointed for all the ministry of the tabernacle in the house of the Lord. But Aaron and his sons offered burnt offerings upon the altar of holocausts, and upon the altar of incense, for every work of the Holy of Holies, and to pray for Israel according to all that Moses the servant of God had commanded. These are the sons of Aaron: Eleazar his son, Phinehas his son, Abisu his son, Bokai his son, Ozai his son, Zariah his son, Merioth his son, Amarias his son, Achitob his son, Sadok his son, Achimaas his son. These are their dwelling places by the towns and confines, to wit, of the sons of Aaron, and of the families of the Kethites, for they fell to them by lot. And they gave them Hebron in the land of Judah, and the suburbs thereof round about, the fields of the city, and the villages, to Caleb son of Jephon. And to the sons of Aaron they gave the cities for refuge Hebron, and Lobna, and the suburbs thereof, and Jether, and Esthimo, with their suburbs, and Helon, and Debir with their suburbs, Hasan also, and Bethsames with their suburbs. And out of the tribe of Benjamin, Gebi and its suburbs, Almoth with its suburbs, Anathoth also with its suburbs. All their cities throughout their families were 13. And to the sons of Keth that remained of their kindred, they gave out of the half-tribe of Manasseh 10 cities in possession. And to the sons of Gerson by their families, out of the tribe of Issachar, and out of the tribe of Aser, and out of the tribe of Naphtali, and out of the tribe of Manasseh in Basan, 13 cities. And to the sons of Merari by their families, out of the tribe of Reuben, and out of the tribe of Gad, and out of the tribe of Zabulon, they gave by lot 12 cities. And the children of Israel gave to the Levites the cities and their suburbs, and they gave them by lot out of the tribe of the sons of Judah, and out of the tribe of the sons of Simeon, and out of the tribe of the sons of Benjamin, these cities, which they called by their names. And to them that were of the kindred of the sons of Keth, and the cities in their borders were of the tribe of Ephraim. And they gave the cities of refuge Sichem, with its suburbs, in Mount Ephraim, and Gezer with its suburbs, Jechmon also with its suburbs, and Beth-horon in like manner, Helon also with its suburbs, and Geth-rimmon in like manner. And out of the half-tribe of Manasseh, Aner and its suburbs, Balaam and its suburbs, to wit, to them that were left of the family of the sons of Keth. And to the sons of Gershom, out of the kindred of the half-tribe of Manasseh, Golan and Basan and its suburbs, and Ashtaroth with its suburbs. Out of the tribe of Issachar, Kedes and its suburbs, and Dabereth with its suburbs, Ramoth also and its suburbs, and Anan with its suburbs. And out of the tribe of Aser, Masal with its suburbs, and Abdon in like manner. Hukath also and its suburbs, and Rohal with its suburbs. And out of the tribe of Naphtali, Kedes in Galilee and its suburbs, Hamon with its suburbs, and Kiriathaim and its suburbs. And to the sons of Merari that remained, out of the tribe of Zabulon, Rimono and its suburbs, and Thabor with its suburbs. Beyond the Jordan also, over against Jericho on the east side of the Jordan, out of the tribe of Reuben, Bosor in the wilderness with its suburbs, and Jassa with its suburbs. Kedimoth also and its suburbs, and Mephath with its suburbs. Moreover also out of the tribe of Gad, Ramoth in Galaad and its suburbs, and Manaim and its suburbs. Heshbon also with its suburbs, Jazer with its suburbs. Chapter 7. Genealogies of Issachar, Benjamin, Naphtali, Manasseh, Ephraim, and Aser. Now the sons of Issachar were Thola, and Phua, Jasub, and Cimeron, 4. The sons of Thola, Ozai, and Raphiah, and Jeriel, and Jemai, and Jepsgam, and Samuel, chiefs of the houses of their kindreds. Of the posterity of Thola were numbered in the days of David 22,600 most valiant men. The sons of Ozai, Israiah, of whom were born Michael, and Obadiah, and Joel, and Jesiah, 5 all great men. And these were with them by their families and peoples, 36,000 most valiant men ready for war, for they had many wives and children. Their brethren also throughout all the house of Issachar were numbered 80, and 7,000 most valiant men for war. The sons of Benjamin were Bela, and Bekor, and Jedahel, 3. The sons of Bela, Ishbon, and Ozai, and Ozael, and Jeremoth, and Uri, 5 chiefs of their families, and most valiant warriors, and their number was 22,034. And the sons of Bekor were Zemira, and Joas, and Eleazar, and Elionai, and Emai, and Jeremoth, and Abiah, and Anathoth, and Alma. All these were the sons of Bekor. And they were numbered by the families, heads of their kindreds, most valiant men for war, 20,200. And the son of Jedahel, Balaam, and the sons of Balaam, Jehus, and Benjamin, and Eod, and Kenana, and Zathan, and Tharthas, and Ahisahar. All these were sons of Jedahel, heads of their kindreds, most valiant men, 17,200 fit to go out to war. Sepham also, and Hapham, the sons of Hir, and Hasam, the sons of Aher. The sons of Naphtali were Jesiel, and Gunai, and Jezer, and Salem, sons of Bela. And the son of Manasseh, Israel, and his concubine the Syrian bore Machir, the father of Galaad. And Machir took wives for his sons, Haphim and Saphan. And he had a sister named Micah. The name of the second was Salphad. And Salphad had daughters. And Micah, the wife of Machir, bore a son, and she called his name Phares. And the name of his brother was Sares. And his sons were Ulam and Recham. And the son of Ulam, Bedan. These are the sons of Galaad, the son of Machir, the son of Manasseh. And his sister named Queen bore Goodliman, and Abiezer, and Moholah. And the sons of Semida were Ahio, and Shechem, and Lechi, and Aniam. And the sons of Ephraim were Sothala, Barad his son, Thahath his son, Elada his son, Thahath his son, and his son Zebad. And his son Sothala, and his son Aser, and Elad. And the men of Gith, born in the land, slew him, because they came down to invade their possessions. And Ephraim their father mourned many days, and his brethren came to comfort him. And he went in to his wife, and she conceived and bore a son, and he called his name Beriah, because he was born when it went evil with his house. And his daughter was Sarah, who built Bethoron, the Nather and the Upper, and Ozensarah. And Rapha was his son, and Reseph, and Thali, of whom was born Thean, who begot Ladon, and his son was Amiud, who begot Elisama, of whom was born Nun, who had Josu for his son. And their possessions and habitations were Bethel, with her daughters, and eastward Noran, westward Geser, and her daughters. Sichem also with her daughters, as far as Esau with her daughters. And by the borders of the sons of Manasseh, Bethsan and her daughters, Thanak and her daughters, Megiddo and her daughters, Dor and her daughters, in these dwelt the children of Joseph, the son of Israel. The children of Asa were Jimnah, and Jeshua, and Jesui, and Beriah, and Sarah their sister. And the sons of Beriah, Heber and Melchiel. He is the father of Barseth. And Heber begot Jephlat, and Somer, and Hotham, and Suah their sister. The sons of Jephlat, Phosek, and Kemal, and Asaph. These are the sons of Jephlat. The sons of Somer, Ahai, and Roaga, and Heba, and Aram. The sons of Helon his brother, Supha, and Jemnah, and Seles, and Amal. The sons of Supha, Sui, and Hernafer, and Sual, and Beri, and Jamrah, Bosor, and Hod, and Sema, and Salosa, and Jethron, and Bera. The sons of Jether, Jephon, and Phosphah, and Era. And the sons of Ola, Ari, and Haniel, and Resiah. All these were sons of Aser, heads of their families, choice and most valiant captains of captains, and the number of them that were of the age that was fit for war was 26,000. Chapter 8. The posterity of Benjamin is further declared down to Saul, his issue. Now Benjamin begot Bali, his firstborn, Esbel the second, Ahara the third, Noheh the fourth, and Rapha the fifth. And the sons of Bali were Edar, and Gera, and Abiud, and Abisu, and Naaman, and Ahoy, and Gera, and Sephuphan, and Huram. These are the sons of Ehud, heads of the families that dwelt in Gebah, who were removed into Manahath. And Naaman, and Achiah, and Gera, he removed them, and begot Ozah, and Ahud. And Saharim begot in the land of Moab, after he sent away Husim, and Bera his wives. And he begot of Hodis his wife Jobab, and Sebia, and Mosa, and Molcom, and Jehus, and Sekiah, and Marma. These were his sons, heads of their families. And Mehusim begot Abitab, and Elphal. And the sons of Elphal were Heber, and Misam, and Samud, who built Ono, and Lod, and its daughters. And Beriah and Samar were heads of their kindreds that dwelt in Ilon. These drove away the inhabitants of Geth, and Ohio, and Sasak, and Jeremoth, and Zebadiah, and Arod, and Heder, and Michael, and Jespha, and Joha, the sons of Beriah, and Zebadiah, and Mosalam, and Hezekiah, and Heber, and Jesamari, and Jesliah, and Johab, sons of Elphal, and Jocham, and Zechri, and Zabdi, and Elionai, and Shelathai, and Elial, and Adiah, and Beriah, and Samareth, the sons of Semai, and Jespham, and Heber, and Elial, and Abdon, and Zechri, and Hanan, and Hananiah, and Elam, and Anathothia, and Jephthadiah, and Phanuel, the sons of Sasak, and Samsari, and Sohariah, and Othaliah, and Jersiah, and Eliah, and Sakri, the sons of Jeroham. These were the chief fathers and heads of their families who dwelt in Jerusalem. And at Gabon dwelt Abigabon, and the name of his wife was Maachah, and his firstborn son Abdon, and Sur, and Kis, and Baal, and Nadab, and Gedor, and Ahio, and Zachar, and Mechaloth. And Mechaloth begat Samah, and they dwelt over against their brethren in Jerusalem with their brethren. and Ner begot Cis, and Cis begot Saul, and Saul begot Jonathan, and Melchishua, and Abinadab, and Isbaal. And the son of Jonathan was Meribbaal, and Meribbaal begot Micah. And the sons of Micah were Phethon, and Melech, and Thirah, and Ahaz. And Ahaz begot Joadah, and Joadah begot Elameth, and Asmah, and Zamri begot Mosa, and Mosa begot Banai, whose son was Repha, of whom was born Elisa, who begot Asel. And Asel had 6 sons, whose names were Ezrikhan, Bochru, Ismael, Sariah, Obdiah, and Hanan. All these were the sons of Asel. And the sons of Esek, his brother, were Ulam the firstborn, and Jehus the second, and Eliphalet the third. And the sons of Ulam were most valiant men, and archers of great strength, and they had many sons and grandsons, even to 150. All these were children of Benjamin. Chapter 9. The Israelites, priests and Levites, who first dwelt in Jerusalem after the captivity. The repetition of the genealogy of Saul. And all Israel was numbered, and the sum of them was written in the book of the kings of Israel and Judah, and they were carried away to Babylon for their transgression. Now the first that dwelt in their possessions and in their cities were the Israelites, and the priests and the Levites and the Nethinians. And in Jerusalem dwelt of the children of Judah, and of the children of Benjamin, and of the children of Ephraim, and of Manasseh, Othai the son of Ammiud, the son of Amri, the son of Omri, the son of Boni, of the sons of Phares, the son of Judah, and of Saloni, Asai, the firstborn, and his sons, and of the sons of Zerah, Jehuel, and their brethren, 690. And of the sons of Benjamin, Salo, the son of Mosalan, the son of Oduai, the son of Asana, and Jobaniah, the son of Jeroham, and Elah, the son of Ozai, the son of Machorai, and Mosalam, the son of Saphatius, the son of Rahuel, the son of Jebaniah, and their brethren by their families 956. All these were heads of their families by the houses of their fathers. And of the priests, Jedaiah, Joram, and Jachin, and Azarias the son of Helkias, the son of Mosallam, the son of Sadok, the son of Mario, the son of Achitob, high priest of the house of God, and Adias the son of Jeroham, the son of Phasur, the son of Melchias, and Mesai, the son of Adiel, the son of Jezrah, the son of Mosallam, the son of Mosallammeth, the son of Immer, and their brethren heads in their families, 1,760, very strong and able men for the work of the ministry in the house of God. And of the Levites, Shemaiah, the son of Hasub, the son of Ezrikam, the son of Hasabiah, the son of Merari, and Bakbakar, the carpenter, and Galal, and Mathaniah, the son of Micah, the son of Zechri, the son of Asaph, and Obdiah, the son of Shemaiah, the son of Galal, the son of Idithum, and Berechiah, the son of Asa, the son of Elkanah, who dwelt in the suburbs of Netophati. And the porters were Selum, and Akub, and Telman, and Ahiman, and their brother Selum was the prince. Until that time, in the king's gate eastward, the sons of Levi waited by their turns. But Selum, the son of Kore, the son of Abisaph, the son of Kore, was his brethren and his father's house. The Korites were over the works of the service, keepers of the gates of the tabernacle, and their families in turns were keepers of the entrance of the camp of the Lord. And Phinehas, the son of Eleazar, was their prince before the Lord. And Zacharias, the son of Mosalamiah, was porter of the gate of the tabernacle of the testimony. All these that were chosen to be porters at the gates were 212, and they were registered in their proper towns, whom David and Samuel the seer appointed in their trust, as well them as their sons, to keep the gates of the house of the Lord and the tabernacle by their turns. In 4 quarters were the porters, that is to say, toward the east and west and north and south. And their brethren dwelt in villages, and came upon their Sabbath days from time to time. To these 4 Levites were committed the whole number of the porters, and they were over the chambers and treasures of the house of the Lord. And they abode in their watches round about the temple of the Lord, that when it was time they might open the gates in the morning. And some of their stock had the charge of the vessels for the ministry, for the vessels were both brought in and carried out by number. Some of them also had the instruments of the sanctuary committed unto them, and the charge of the fine flour, and wine, and oil, and frankincense, and spices. And the sons of the priests made the ointments of the spices. And Mattathias, a Levite, the firstborn of Selem the Korite, was overseer of such things as were fried in the frying pan. And some of the sons of Cath, their brethren, were over the loaves of proposition, to prepare always new for every Sabbath. These are the chief of the singing men of the families of the Levites, who dwelt in the chambers by the temple, that they might serve continually day and night in their ministry. The heads of the Levites, princes in their families, abode in Jerusalem. And in Gabon dwelt Jehiel, the father of Gabon. The name of his wife was Mecca. His firstborn son, Abdon, and Sur, and Sis, and Baal, and Ner, and Nadab. Gedor also, and Ahiel, and Zacharias, and Mechallah. And Mechallah begot Seman. These dwelt over against their brethren in Jerusalem with their brethren. Now Ner begot Sis, and Sis begot Saul, and Saul begot Jonathan, and Melchishua, and Abinadab, and Esbal. And the son of Jonathan was Meribal, and Meribal begot Micah. And the sons of Micah were Phithon, and Melech, and Thera, and Ahaz. And Ahaz begot Jarah, and Jarah begot Alamath, and Asma, and Zamri. And Zamri begot Mosa, and Mosa begot Benaiah, whose son Raphiah begot Elasa, of whom was born Asel. And Asel had 6 sons, whose names are Ezrikam, Bochru, Ismael, Sariah, Obdiah, Hanan. These are the sons of Asel. Chapter 10. Saul is slain for his sins. He is buried by the men of Jabez. Now the Philistines fought against Israel, and the men of Israel fled from before the Philistines, and fell down wounded in Mount Gilboa. And the Philistines drew near, pursuing after Saul and his sons, and they killed Jonathan, and Abinadab, and Melchishua, the sons of Saul. And the battle grew hard against Saul. Then the archers reached him, and they wounded him with arrows. And Saul said to his armor-bearer, Draw thy sword, and kill me, lest these uncircumcised come and mock me. But his armor-bearer would not, for he was struck with fear. So Saul took his sword, and fell upon it. And when his armor-bearer saw it, to wit, that Saul was dead, he also fell upon his sword, and died. So Saul died, and his 3 sons, and all his house fell together. And when the men of Israel that dwelt in the plain saw this, they fled. And Saul and his sons being dead, they forsook their cities, and were scattered up and down, and the Philistines came and dwelt in them. And the next day the Philistines, taking away the spoils of them that were slain, found Saul and his sons lying on Mount Gilboa. And when they had stripped him, and cut off his head, and taken away his armor, they sent it into their land, to be carried about and shown in the temples of the idols and to the people. And his armor they dedicated to the temple of their God, and his head they fastened up in the temple of Dagon. And when the men of Jabez Galad had heard this, to wit, all that the Philistines had done to Saul, all the valiant men of them arose, and took the bodies of Saul and of his sons, and brought them to Jabez, and buried their bones under the oak that was in Jabez. And they fasted 7 days. So Saul died for his iniquities, because he transgressed the commandment of the Lord, which he had commanded, and kept it not, and moreover consulted also a witch, and trusted not in the Lord. Therefore he slew him, and transferred his kingdom to David, the son of Isai. Chapter 11. David is made king. He taketh the castle of Sion, a catalogue of his valiant men. Then all Israel gathered themselves to David in Hebron, saying, We are thy bone and thy flesh. Yesterday also, and the day before, when Saul was king, thou wast he that leadest out and broughtest in Israel. For the Lord thy God said to thee, Thou shalt feed my people Israel, and thou shalt be ruler over them. So all the ancients of Israel came to the king to Hebron. And David made a covenant with them before the Lord, and they anointed him king over Israel, according to the word of the Lord which he spoke in the hand of Samuel. And David and all Israel went to Jerusalem, which is Jebus, where the Jebusites were the inhabitants of the land. And the inhabitants of Jebus said to David, Thou shalt not come in here. But David took the castle of Zion, which is the city of David. And he said, Whosoever shall first strike the Jebusites shall be the head and chief captain. And Joab the son of Sarvia went up first, and was made the general. And David dwelt in the castle, and therefore it was called the city of David. And he built the city round about from Millo all around, and Joab built the rest of the city. And David went on growing and increasing, and the Lord of hosts was with him. These are the chief of the valiant men of David, who helped him to be made king over all Israel, according to the word of the Lord, which he spoke to Israel. And this is the number of the heroes of David: Jezbaim, the son of Hachmoni, the chief among the 30. He lifted up his spear against 300 wounded by him at one time. And after him was Eleazar, his uncle's son, the Ahohite, who was one of the 3 mighties. He was with David in Phesdomin, when the Philistines were gathered to that place to battle. And the field of that country was full of barley, and the people fled from before the Philistines. But these men stood in the midst of the field, and defended it, and they slew the Philistines, and the Lord gave a great deliverance to his people. And 3 of the 30 captains went down to the rock wherein David was, to the cave of Adullam, when the Philistines encamped in the valley of Rephaim. And David was in a hold, and the garrison of the Philistines in Bethlehem. And David longed and said, Oh, that some man would give me water of the cistern of Bethlehem, which is in the gate. And these 3 broke through the midst of the camp of the Philistines, and drew water out of the cistern of Bethlehem, which was in the gate, and brought it to David to drink. And he would not drink of it, but rather offered it to the Lord, saying, God forbid that I should do this in the sight of my God, and should drink the blood of these men, for with the danger of their lives they have brought me the water. And therefore he would not drink. These things did the 3 most valiant. And Abishai, the brother of Joab, he was chief of 3, and he lifted up his spear against 300 whom he slew. And he was renowned among the 3, and illustrious among the second 3, and their captain, but yet he attained not to the first 3. Phinehas, the son of Joiada, a most valiant man of Kabseel, who had done many acts, he slew the 2 Ariels of Moab. And he went down and killed a lion in the midst of a pit in the time of snow. And he slew an Egyptian, whose stature was of 5 cubits, and who had a spear like a weaver's beam. And he went down to him with his staff, and plucked away the spear that he held in his hand, and slew him with his own spear. These things did Phinehas, the son of Joiada, who was renowned among the 3 valiant ones, and the first among the 30, but yet to the 3 he attained not. And David made him of his counsel. Moreover, the most valiant men of the army were Asahel, brother of Joab, and Elkahan, the son of his uncle of Bethlehem, Sema, an Ararite, Heles, a Phelonite, Ira, the son of Achis, a Thechuite, Abiathar, an Anathothite, Sabokai, a Husathite, Eli, an Ahothite, Maharai, a Netophathite, Heled, the son of Benah, a Netophathite, Ithai, the son of Ribai, of Gabath, of the sons of Benjamin, Benai, a Pharathonite, Hurai, of the torrent Gaas, Abiel, an Arbathite, Asma, a Baromite, Eliabah, a Salabonite, the sons of Asem, a Gezonite, Jonathan, the son of Sagi, an Ararite, Ahiam, the son of Sakar, an Ararite, Eliphal, the son of Ur, Hepher, a Mecharathite, Ahiah, a Pelonite, Hisro, a Carmelite, Neri, the son of Asbai, Joel, the brother of Nathan, Mibahar, the son of Acharai, Silach, an Ammonite, Naharai, a Berothite, an armor-bearer of Joab, his son of Sarvia, Ira, a Jethrite, Gareb, a Jethrite, Urias, a Hittite, Zabad, the son of Oholai, Adina, the son of Siza, a Reubenite, the prince of the Reubenites, and 30 with him, Hanan, the son of Makah, and Josaphat, a Mathonite, Uzziah, an Astarthite, Sema, and Jahiel, the sons of Hotham, an Ararite, Jedahiel, the son of Zamri, and Joha, his brother, a Thosite, Eliel, a Mahumite, and Jerobiah, and Josiah, the sons of Elniam, and Jethma, a Moabite, Eliel, and Obed, and Jesiel of Masobia. Chapter 12. Who followed David when he fled from Saul, and who came to Hebron to make him king. Now these are they that came to David to Ziklag, while he yet fled from Saul the son of Cis, and they were most valiant and excellent warriors, bending the bow and using either hand, and hurling stones with slings, and shooting arrows. Of the brethren of Saul of Benjamin, the chief was Ahiezer, and Joas, the sons of Semah of Gabah, and Jesiel, and Phalet, the sons of Asmoth, and Berakah, and Jehu, and Anathothite, and Samias of Gabaon, the stoutest amongst the 30, and over the 30, Jeremias, and Jehesiel, and Johanan, and Jezabad of Gederah, and Elusai, and Jerimoth, and Baliah, and Samaria, and Sephatia, the Haraphite, Elkanah, and Jesiah, and Azareel, and Joaser, and Jezbam of Karaim, and Jola, and Zebadiah, the sons of Jeroham of Gedor. From Gadi also there went over to David, when he lay hid in the wilderness, most valiant men and excellent warriors, holding shield and spear, whose faces were like the faces of a lion, and they were swift like the roebucks on the mountains. Ezer the chief, Obdias the second, Eliab the third, Masmana the fourth, Jeremias the fifth, Uthai the sixth, Eliel the seventh, Johanan the eighth, Elzabad the ninth, Jeremias the 10th, Machbani the 11th. These were of the sons of Gad, captains of the army. The least of them was captain over 100 soldiers, and the greatest over 1,000. These are they who passed over the Jordan in the first month, when it is used to flow over its banks, and they put to flight all that dwelt in the valleys, both toward the east and toward the west. And there came also of the men of Benjamin and of Judah to the hold in which David abode. And David went out to meet them, and said, If you are come peaceably to me to help me, let my heart be joined to you. But if you plot against me for my enemies, whereas I have no iniquity in my hands, let the God of our fathers see and judge. But the Spirit came upon Amasai, the chief among 30, and he said, We are thine, O David, and for thee, O son of Isai. Peace, peace be to thee, and peace to thy helpers, for thy God helpeth thee. So David received them, and made them captains of the band. And there were some of Manasseh that went over to David, when he came with the Philistines against Saul to fight. But he did not fight with them, because the lords of the Philistines, taking counsel, sent him back, saying, With the danger of our heads he will return to his master Saul. So when he went back to Ziklag, there fled to him of Manasseh Ednos, and Jozabad, and Jedahiel, and Michael, and Ednos, and Jozabad, and Eliu, and Salathi, captains of thousands of Manasseh. These helped David against the rovers, for they were all most valiant men, and were made commanders in the army. Moreover, day by day there came some to David to help him, till they became a great number, like the army of God. And this is the number of the chiefs of the army who came to David when he was in Hebron, to transfer to him the kingdom of Saul, according to the word of the Lord. The sons of Judah, bearing shield and spear, 6,800 well appointed to war. Of the sons of Simeon, valiant men of war, 7,100. Of the sons of Levi, 4,600. And Joiada, prince of the race of Aaron, and with him 3,700. Zadok also a young man of excellent disposition, and the house of his father 22 principal men. And of the sons of Benjamin, the brethren of Saul, 3,000, for hitherto a great part of them follow the house of Saul. And of the sons of Ephraim, 20,800, men of great valor renowned in their kindreds. And of the half-tribe of Manasseh, 18,000, every one by their names, came to make David king. Also of the sons of Issachar, men of understanding, they knew all times to order what Israel should do, 200 principal men, and all the rest of the tribe followed their counsel. And of Zebulun, such as went forth to battle, and stood in array well appointed with armor for war, there came 50,000 to his aid, with no double heart. And of Naphtali 1,000 leaders, and with them 37,000 furnished with shield and spear. Of Dan also 28,600 prepared for battle, and of Aser 40,000 going forth to fight and challenging in battle. And on the other side of the Jordan, of the sons of Reuben and of Gad, and of the half of the tribe of Manasseh, 120,000 furnished with arms for war. All these men of war, well appointed to fight, came with a perfect heart to Hebron to make David king over all Israel, and all the rest also of Israel were of one heart to make David king. And they were there with David 3 days, eating and drinking, for their brethren had prepared for them. Moreover, they that were near them, even as far as Issachar and Zebulun and Naphtali, brought loaves on asses, and on camels, and on mules, and on oxen to eat, meal, figs, raisins, wine, oil, and oxen, and sheep in abundance, for there was joy in Israel. Chapter 13. The ark is brought from Kiriathaim. Uzzah, for touching it, is struck dead. And David consulted with the captains of thousands and of hundreds, and with all the commanders. And he said to all the assembly of Israel, If it please you, and if the words which I speak come from the Lord our God, let us send to the rest of our brethren into all the countries of Israel, and to the priests and the Levites that dwell in the suburbs of the city, to gather themselves to us, and let us bring again the ark of our God to us. For we sought it not in the days of Saul. And all the multitude answered that it should be so, for the word pleased all the people. So David assembled all Israel from Sihor of Egypt, even to the entering into Emma, to bring the ark of God from Kiriathaim. And David went up with all the men of Israel to the hill of Kiriathaim, which is in Judah, to bring thence the ark of the Lord God sitting upon the cherubims, where his name is called upon. And they carried the ark of God upon a new cart, out of the house of Abinadab, and Uzzah and his brother drove the cart. And David and all Israel played before God with all their might with hymns, and with harps, and with psalteries, and timbrels, and cymbals, and trumpets. And when they came to the floor of Chidon, Uzzah put forth his hand to hold up the ark, for the ox being wanton had made it lean a little on one side. And the Lord was angry with Uzzah, and struck him, because he had touched the ark, and he died there before the Lord. And David was troubled, because the Lord had divided Uzzah, and he called that place the breach of Uzzah to this day. And he feared God at that time, saying, How can I bring in the ark of God to me? And therefore he brought it not home to himself, that is, into the city of David, but carried it aside into the house of Obed-edom the Gittite. And the ark of God remained in the house of Obed-edom 3 months, and the Lord blessed his house and all that he had. Chapter 14. David's house and children, his victories over the Philistines. And Hiram king of Tyre sent messengers to David, and cedar trees, and masons and carpenters, to build him a house. David perceived that the Lord had confirmed him king over Israel, and that his kingdom was exalted over his people Israel. And David took other wives in Jerusalem, and he begot sons and daughters. Now these are the names of them that were born to him in Jerusalem: Samua, and Sobad, Nathan, and Solomon, Jebahar, and Elisha, and Eliphalet, and Noga, and Napheg, and Japhiah, Elisama, and Balida, and Eliphalet. And the Philistines, hearing that David was anointed king over all Israel, went all up to seek him. And David heard of it, and went out against them. And the Philistines came and spread themselves in the vale of Rephaim. And David consulted the Lord, saying, Shall I go up against the Philistines, and wilt thou deliver them into my hand? And the Lord said to him, Go up, and I will deliver them into thy hand. And when they were come to Baal-Pharazim, David defeated them there, and he said, God hath divided my enemies by my hand, as waters are divided. Therefore the name of that place was called Baal-Pharazim. And they left there their gods, and David commanded that they should be burnt. Another time also the Philistines made an eruption, and spread themselves abroad in the valley. And David consulted God again, and God said to him, Go not up after them, turn away from them, and come upon them over against the pear trees. When thou shalt hear the sound of one going in the tops of the pear trees, then shalt thou go out to battle. For God is gone out before thee to strike the army of the Philistines. And David did as God had commanded him, and defeated the army of the Philistines, slaying them from Gabon to Gezerah. And the name of David became famous in all countries, and the Lord made all nations fear him. Chapter 15. The ark is brought into the city of David with great solemnity. Michal derideth David's devotion. He made also houses for himself in the city of David, and built a place for the ark of God, and pitched the tabernacle for it. Then David said, No one ought to carry the ark of God but the Levites, whom the Lord hath chosen to carry it, and to minister unto himself forever. And he gathered all Israel together into Jerusalem, that the ark of God might be brought into its place, which he had prepared for it. And the sons of Aaron also, and the Levites. Of the children of Kohath, Uriel was the chief, and his brethren 120. Of the sons of Merari, Asaiah the chief, and his brethren 220. Of the sons of Gershom, Joel the chief, and his brethren 130. Of the sons of Elisaphan, Sumaias the chief, and his brethren 200. Of the sons of Hebron, Eliel the chief, and his brethren 80. Of the sons of Osiel, Aminadab the chief, and his brethren 112. And David called Zadok and Abiathar the priests, and the Levites, Uriel, Asaiah, Joel, Shemaiah, Eliel, and Aminadab. And he said to them, You that are the heads of the Levitical families, be sanctified with your brethren, and bring the ark of the Lord the God of Israel to the place which is prepared for it, lest as the Lord at first struck us, because you were not present, the same should now also come to pass by our doing something against the law. So the priests and the Levites were sanctified to carry the ark of the Lord, the God of Israel. And the sons of Levi took the ark of God as Moses had commanded, according to the word of the Lord, upon their shoulders with the staves. And David spoke to the chiefs of the Levites to appoint some of their brethren to be singers with musical instruments, to wit, on psalteries, and harps, and cymbals, that the joyful noise might resound on high. And they appointed Levites, Himam, the son of Joel, and of his brethren Asaph, the son of Barachias, and of the sons of Merari, their brethren, Ethan, the son of Keziah, and with them their brethren. In the second rank Zacharias, and Ben, and Jesiel, and Semiramoth, and Jehiel, and Anai, and Eliab, and Benias, and Maasias, and Mattathias, and Eliphalu, and Mattanias, and Obededom, and Jehiel, and porters. Now the singers, Himam, Asaph, and Ethan, sounded with cymbals of brass. And Zacharias, and Osiel, and Semiramoth, and Jehiel, and Ani, and Eliab, and Matthias, and Benias, sung mysteries upon psalteries. And Mattathias, and Eliphalu, and Mattanias, and Obededom, and Jehiel, and Osaziel, sung a song of victory for the octave upon harps. And Tonanias, chief of the Levites, presided over the prophecy to give out the tunes, for he was very skillful. Barachias and Elkanah were doorkeepers of the ark. And Sebanias and Josaphat and Nathaniel, and Amasai, and Zacharias, and Benanias, and Eleazar the priests sounded with trumpets before the ark of God, and Obed-Edom and Jehias were porters of the ark. So David and all the ancients of Israel and the captains over thousands went to bring the ark of the covenant of the Lord out of the house of Obed-Edom with joy. And when God had helped the Levites, who carried the ark of the covenant of the Lord, they offered in sacrifice 7 oxen and 7 rams. And David was clothed with a robe of fine linen, and all the Levites that carried the ark, and the singing men, and Chenanias the ruler of the prophecy among the singers. And David also had on him an ephod of linen. And all Israel brought the ark of the covenant of the Lord with joyful shouting, and sounding with the sound of the cornet, and with trumpets and cymbals and psalteries and harps. And when the ark of the covenant of the Lord was come to the city of David, Michal, the daughter of Saul, looking out at a window, saw King David dancing and playing, and she despised him in her heart. Chapter 16. The ark is placed in the tabernacle. Sacrifice is offered. David blesseth the people, disposeth the offices of Levites, and maketh a psalm of praise to God. So they brought the ark of God, and set it in the midst of the tent which David had pitched for it. And they offered holocausts and peace offerings before God. And when David had made an end of offering holocausts and peace offerings, he blessed the people in the name of the Lord. And he divided to all and every one, both men and women, a loaf of bread, and a piece of roasted beef, and flour fried with oil. And he appointed Levites to minister before the ark of the Lord, and to remember his works, and to glorify and to praise the Lord God of Israel. Asaph the chief, and next after him Zacharias, moreover Jehiel, and Semiramoth, and Jehiel, and Mattathias, and Eliab, and Banias, and Obed-Edom, and Jehiel over the instruments of psaltery and harps. And Asaph sounded with cymbals, but Banias and Jesiel the priests to sound the trumpet continually before the ark of the covenant of the Lord. In that day David made Asaph the chief to give praise to the Lord with his brethren. Praise ye the Lord, and call upon his name. Make known his doings among the nations. Sing to him, yea, sing praises to him, and relate all his wondrous works. Praise ye his holy name. Let the heart of them rejoice that seek the Lord. Seek ye the Lord and his power. Seek ye his face evermore. Remember his wonderful works, which he hath done, his signs, and the judgments of his mouth. O ye seed of Israel, his servants, ye children of Jacob, his chosen. He is the Lord our God, his judgments are in all the earth. Remember forever his covenant, the word which he commanded to 1,000 generations, the covenant which he made with Abraham, and his oath to Isaac. And he appointed the same to Jacob for a precept, and to Israel for an everlasting covenant, saying, To thee will I give the land of Canaan, the lot of your inheritance. When they were but a small number, very few, and sojourners in it. And they passed from nation to nation, and from a kingdom to another people. He suffered no man to do them wrong, and reproved kings for their sake. Touch not my anointed, and do no evil to my prophets. Sing ye to the Lord all the earth. Show forth from day to day his salvation. Declare his glory among the Gentiles, his wonders among all people. For the Lord is great and exceedingly to be praised, and he is to be feared above all gods. For all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord made the heavens. Praise and magnificence are before him, strength and joy in his place. Bring ye to the Lord, O ye families of the nations, bring ye to the Lord glory and empire. Give to the Lord glory to his name. Bring up sacrifice, and come ye in his sight, and adore the Lord in holy becomingness. Let all the earth be moved at his presence, for he hath founded the world immovable. Let the heavens rejoice, and the earth be glad, and let them say among the nations, The Lord hath reigned. Let the sea roar, and the fullness thereof. Let the fields rejoice, and all things that are in them. Then shall the trees of the wood give praise before the Lord, because he is come to judge the earth. Give ye glory to the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy endureth for ever. And say ye, Save us, O God, our Saviour, and gather us together, and deliver us from the nations, that we may give glory to thy holy name, and may rejoice in singing thy praises. Blessed be the Lord, the God of Israel, from eternity to eternity. And let all the people say, Amen, and a hymn to God. So he left there before the ark of the covenant of the Lord Asaph and his brethren to minister in the presence of the ark continually, day by day, and in their courses. And Obededom with his brethren 68, and Obededom the son of Iduthun, and Hosah he appointed to be porters, and Zadok the priest and his brethren priests before the tabernacle of the Lord in the high place, which was in Gabon, that they should offer holocaust to the Lord upon the altar of holocausts continually, morning and evening, according to all that is written in the law of the Lord which he commanded Israel. And after him Heman, and Iduthun, and the rest that were chosen, every one by his name, to give praise to the Lord, because his mercy endureth forever. And Heman and Iduthun sounded the trumpet, and played on the cymbals and all kinds of musical instruments to sing praises to God. And the sons of Iduthun he made porters. And all the people returned to their houses, and David to bless also his own house. Chapter 17. David's purpose to build a temple is rewarded by most ample promises. David's thanksgiving. Now when David was dwelling in his house, he said to Nathan the prophet, Behold, I dwell in a house of cedar, and the ark of the covenant of the Lord is under skins. And Nathan said to David, Do all that is in thy heart, for God is with thee. Now that night the word of God came to Nathan, saying, Go and speak to David my servant. Thus saith the Lord, Thou shalt not build me a house to dwell in, for I have not remained in a house from the time that I brought up Israel to this day. But I have been always changing places in a tabernacle and in a tent, abiding with all Israel. Did I ever speak to any one of all the judges of Israel whom I charged to feed my people, saying, Why have you not built me a house of cedar? Now therefore thus shalt thou say to my servant David, Thus saith the Lord of hosts, I took thee from the pastures, from following the flock, that thou shouldst be ruler of my people Israel. And I have been with thee whithersoever thou hast gone, and have slain all thy enemies before thee, and have made thee a name like that of one of the great ones that are renowned in the earth. And I have given a place to my people Israel. They shall be planted, and shall dwell therein, and shall be moved no more, neither shall the children of iniquity waste them, as at the beginning, since the days that I gave judges to my people Israel, and have humbled all thy enemies. And I declare to thee that the Lord will build thee a house. And when thou shalt have ended thy days to go to thy fathers, I will raise up thy seed after thee, which shall be of thy sons, and I will establish his kingdom. He shall build me a house, and I will establish his throne forever. I will be to him a father, and he shall be to me a son, and I will not take my mercy away from him, as I took it from him that was before thee. But I will settle him in my house, and in my kingdom forever, and his throne shall be most firm forever. According to all these words, and according to all this vision, so did Nathan speak to David. And King David came and sat before the Lord, and said, Who am I, O Lord God, and what is my house, that thou shouldst give such things to me? But even this hath seemed little in thy sight, and therefore thou hast also spoken concerning the house of thy servant for the time to come, and hast made me remarkable above all men, O Lord God. What can David add more, seeing thou hast thus glorified thy servant, and known him? O Lord, for thy servant's sake, according to thy own heart, thou hast shown all this magnificence, and wouldst have all the great things to be known. O Lord, there is none like thee, and there is no other God beside thee, of all whom we have heard of with our ears. For what other nation is there upon earth like thy people Israel, whom God went to deliver, and make a people for himself, and by his greatness and terrors cast out nations before their face, whom he had delivered out of Egypt? And thou hast made thy people Israel to be thy own people for ever, and thou, O Lord, art become their God. Now therefore, O Lord, let the word which thou hast spoken to thy servant and concerning his house be established for ever, and do as thou hast said. And let thy name remain, and be magnified for ever, and let it be said, The Lord of hosts is God of Israel, and the house of David his servant remaineth before him. For thou, O Lord my God, hast revealed to the ear of thy servant, thou wilt build him a house, and therefore thy servant hath found confidence to pray before thee. And now, O Lord, thou art God, and thou hast promised to thy servant such great benefits. Thou hast begun to bless the house of thy servant, that it may be always before thee. Seeing thou blessest it, O Lord, it shall be blessed forever. Chapter 18. David's victories. His chief officers. And it came to pass after this that David defeated the Philistines, and humbled them, and took away Gath and her daughters out of the hands of the Philistines. And he defeated Moab, and the Moabites were made David's servants, and brought him gifts. At that time David defeated also Hadarezer, king of Zobah, of the land of Hamath, when he went to extend his dominions as far as the river Euphrates. And David took from him 1,000 chariots, and 7,000 horsemen, and 20,000 footmen. And he houghed all the chariot horses, only 100 chariots, which he reserved for himself. And the Syrians of Damascus came also to help Hadarezer, king of Zobah, and David slew of them likewise 22,000 men. And he put a garrison in Damascus, that Syria also should serve him, and bring gifts. And the Lord assisted him in all things to which he went. And David took the golden quivers which the servants of Hadarezer had, and he brought them to Jerusalem. Likewise, out of Thebath and Chun, cities of Hadarezer, he brought very much brass, of which Solomon made the brazen sea, and the pillars, and the vessels of brass. Now when thou, king of Hamath, heard that David had defeated all the army of Hadarezer, king of Zobah, he sent Adoram his son to King David, to desire peace of him, and to congratulate him that he had defeated and overthrown Hadarezer, for thou was an enemy to Hadarezer. And all the vessels of gold and silver and brass King David consecrated to the Lord, the silver and gold which he had taken from all the nations, as well from Edom, and from Moab, and from the sons of Ammon, as from the Philistines, and from Amalek. And Abishai the son of Sarvius slew of the Edomites in the vale of the salt pits 18,000. And he put a garrison in Edom, that Edom should serve David. And the Lord preserved David in all things to which he went. So David reigned over all Israel, and executed judgment and justice among all his people. And Joab son of Sarvia was over the army, and Joshaphat the son of Ahulud recorder, and Sadok the son of Achitub, and Achimelech the son of Abiathar were the priests, and Susa scribe. And Benaias the son of Joiada was over the bands of the Kerethi, and the Phelathi, and the sons of David were chief about the king. Chapter 19. The Ammonites abuse David's ambassadors. Both they and their confederates are overthrown. Now it came to pass that Naas, the king of the children of Ammon, died, and his son reigned in his stead. And David said, I will show kindness to Hanun the son of Naas, for his father did a favor to me. And David sent messengers to comfort him upon the death of his father. When they were come into the land of the children of Ammon to comfort Hanun, the princes of the children of Ammon said to Hanun, Thou thinkest perhaps that David, to do honor to thy father, hath sent comforters to thee, and thou dost not take notice that his servants are come to thee to consider, and search, and spy out thy land. Wherefore Hanun shaved the heads and beards of the servants of David, and cut away their garments from the buttocks to the feet, and sent them away. When they were gone, they sent word to David, who sent to meet them, for they had suffered a great affront, and ordered them to stay at Jericho till their beards grew, and then to return. And when the children of Ammon saw that they had done an injury to David, Hanun and the rest of the people sent 1,000 talents of silver to hire them chariots and horsemen out of Mesopotamia, and out of Syria Mecca, and out of Zobah. And they hired 32,000 chariots, and the king of Mecca with his people. And they came and camped over against Medaba. The children of Ammon gathered themselves together out of their cities, and came to battle. And when David heard of it, he sent Joab and all the army of valiant men. And the children of Ammon came out and put their army in array before the gate of the city. And the kings that were come to their aid stood apart in the field. Wherefore Joab, understanding that the battle was set against him before and behind, chose out the bravest men of all Israel, and marched against the Syrians. And the rest of the people he delivered into the hand of Abishai, his brother. And they went against the children of Ammon. And he said, If the Syrians be too strong for me, then thou shalt help me. But if the children of Ammon be too strong for thee, I will help thee. Be of good courage, and let us behave ourselves manfully for our people, and for the cities of our God, and the Lord will do that which is good in his sight. So Joab and the people that were with him went against the Syrians to the battle, and he put them to flight. And the children of Ammon, seeing that the Syrians were fled, they likewise fled from Abishai his brother, and went into the city. And Joab also returned to Jerusalem. But the Syrians, seeing they had fallen before Israel, sent messengers, and brought to them the Syrians that were beyond the river. And Sophach, general of the army of Adarezer, was their leader. And it was told David, and he gathered together all Israel, and passed the Jordan, and came upon them, and put his army in array against them, and they fought with him. But the Syrian fled before Israel. And David slew of the Syrians 7,000 chariots and 40,000 footmen, and Sophach the general of the army. And when the servants of Adarezer saw themselves overcome by Israel, they went over to David, and served him, and Syria would not help the children of Ammon any more. Chapter 20. Douay is taken. Other victories over the Philistines. And it came to pass after the course of a year, at the time that kings go out to battle, Joab gathered together an army, and the strength of the troops, and wasted the land of the children of Ammon, and went and besieged Rabbah. But David stayed at Jerusalem, when Joab smote Rabbah, and destroyed it. And David took the crown of Milcom from his head, and found in it a talent weight of gold, and most precious stones. He made himself a diadem of it. He took also the spoils of the city, which were very great. And the people that were therein he brought out, and made harrows, and sleds, and chariots of iron to go over them, so that they were cut and bruised to pieces. In this manner David dealt with all the cities of the children of Ammon, and he returned with all his people to Jerusalem. After this there arose a war at Gezer against the Philistines, in which Sibbechai the Hushathite slew Sapphai of the race of Rephaim, and humbled them. Another battle also was fought against the Philistines, in which Adeodatus, the son of Saltus, a Bethlehemite, slew the brother of Goliath the Gathite, the staff of whose spear was like a weaver's beam. There was another battle also in Gath, in which there was a man of great stature, whose fingers and toes were 24, 6 on each hand and foot, who also was born of the stock of Rapha. He reviled Israel, but Jonathan the son of Semah, the brother of David, slew him. These were the sons of Rapha and Gath, who fell by the hand of David and his servants. Chapter 21. David's sin in numbering the people is punished by a pestilence, which ceaseth upon his offering sacrifice in the threshing floor of Ornan. And Satan rose up against Israel, and moved David to number Israel. David said to Joab and to the rulers of the people, Go and number Israel from Bersabeh even to Dan, and bring me the number of them, that I may know it. Joab answered, The Lord make his people 100 times more than they are. But my lord the king, are they not all thy servants? Why doth my lord seek this thing, which may be imputed as a sin to Israel? The king's word rather prevailed. And Joab departed, and went through all Israel, and returned to Jerusalem. And he gave David the number of them whom he had surveyed, And all the number of Israel was found to be 1,100,000 men that drew the sword, and of Judah 470,000 fighting men. But Levi and Benjamin he did not number, for Joab unwillingly executed the king's orders. And God was displeased with this thing that was commanded, and he struck Israel. And David said to God, I have sinned exceedingly in doing this. I beseech thee, take away the iniquity of thy servant, for I have done foolishly. And the Lord spoke to Gad, the seer of David, saying, Go and speak to David, and tell him, Thus saith the Lord, I give thee the choice of 3 things. Choose one which thou wilt, and I will do it to thee. And when Gad was come to David, he said to him, Thus saith the Lord, choose which thou wilt, either 3 years' famine, or 3 months to flee from thy enemies, and not to be able to escape their sword, or 3 days to have the sword of the Lord, and pestilence in the land, and the angel of the Lord destroying in all the coasts of Israel. Now therefore see what I shall answer him who sent me. And David said to Gad, I am on every side in a great strait, but it is better for me to fall into the hands of the Lord, for his mercies are many, than into the hands of men. So the Lord sent a pestilence upon Israel, and there fell of Israel 70,000 men. And he sent an angel to Jerusalem to strike it. And as he was striking it, the Lord beheld and took pity for the greatness of the evil, and said to the angel that destroyed, It is enough, now stop thy hand. And the angel of the Lord stood by the thrashing floor of Ornan the Jebusite. And David, lifting up his eyes, saw the angel of the Lord standing between heaven and earth, with a drawn sword in his hand, turned against Jerusalem. And both he and the ancients, clothed in haircloth, fell down flat on the ground. And David said to God, Am not I he that commanded the people to be numbered? It is I that have sinned. It is I that have done the evil. But as for this flock, what hath it deserved? O Lord my God, let thy hand be turned, I beseech thee, upon me, and upon my father's house, and let not thy people be destroyed. And the angel of the Lord commanded Gad to tell David to go up and build an altar to the Lord God in the thrashing floor of Ornan the Jebusite. And David went up according to the word of God, which he spoke to him in the name of the Lord. Now when Ornan looked up and saw the angel, he and his 4 sons hid themselves, for at that time he was thrashing wheat in the floor. And as David was coming to Ornan, Ornan saw him, and went out of the thrashing floor to meet him, and bowed down to him with his face to the ground. And David said to him, Give me this place of thy thrashing floor, that I may build therein an altar to the Lord. Thou shalt make of me as much money as it is worth, that the plague may cease from the people. And Ornan said to David, Take it, and let my lord the king do all that pleaseth him. And moreover, the oxen also I give for a holocaust, and the drays for wood, and the wheat for the sacrifice. I will give it all willingly. And King David said to him, It shall not be so, but I will give thee money as much as it is worth, for I must not take it from thee, and so offer to the Lord holocausts free cost. So David gave to Ornan for the place 600 sickles of gold of just weight. And he built there an altar to the Lord, and he offered holocausts and peace offerings, and he called upon the Lord, and he heard him by sending fire from heaven upon the altar of the holocaust. And the Lord commanded the angel, and he put up his sword again into the sheath. And David, seeing that the Lord had heard him in the thrashing floor of Ornan the Jebusite, forthwith offered victims there. But the tabernacle of the Lord, which Moses made in the desert, and the altar of holocausts was at that time in the high place of Gabon. And David could not go to the altar there to pray to God, for he was seized with an exceeding great fear, seeing the sword of the angel of the Lord. Chapter 22. David, having prepared all necessaries, chargeth Solomon to build the temple, and the princes to assist him. Then David said, This is the house of God, and this is the altar for the holocaust of Israel. And he commanded to gather together all the proselytes of the land of Israel, and out of them he appointed stone cutters to hew stones, and polish them, to build the house of God. And David prepared in abundance iron for the nails of the gates, and for the closure and joinings, and of brass an immense weight. And the cedar trees were without number, which the Sidonians and Tyrians brought to David. And David said, Solomon my son is very young and tender, and the house which I would have to be built to the Lord must be such as to be renowned in all countries. Therefore I will prepare him necessaries. Therefore before his death he prepared all the charges. And he called for Solomon his son, and commanded him to build a house to the Lord the God of Israel. And David said to Solomon, My son, it was my desire to have built a house to the name of the Lord my God. The word of the Lord came to me, saying, Thou hast shed much blood, and fought many battles, so thou canst not build a house to my name after shedding so much blood before me. The son that shall be born to thee shall be a most quiet man, for I will make him rest from all his enemies round about. Therefore he shall be called peaceable, and I will give peace and quietness to Israel all his days. He shall build a house to my name, and he shall be a son to me, and I will be a father to him, and I will establish the throne of his kingdom over Israel forever. Now then, my son, the Lord be with thee, and do thou prosper and build a house to the Lord thy God, as he hath spoken of thee. The Lord also give thee wisdom and understanding, that thou mayest be able to rule Israel, and to keep the law of the Lord thy God. For then thou shalt be able to prosper, if thou keep the commandments and judgments which the Lord commanded Moses to teach Israel. Take courage and act manfully, fear not, nor be dismayed. Behold, I in my poverty have prepared the charges of the house of the Lord, of gold 100,000 talents, and of silver 1,000,000 of talents, but of brass and of iron there is no weight, for the abundance surpasseth all account. Timber also and stones I have prepared for all the charges. Thou hast also workmen in abundance, hewers of stones, and masons, and carpenters, and of all trades the most skillful in their work, in gold, and in silver, and in brass, and in iron, whereof there is no number. Arise then, and be doing, and the Lord will be with thee. David also charged all the princes of Israel to help Solomon his son, saying, You see that the Lord your God is with you, and hath given you rest round about, and hath delivered all your enemies into your hands. The land is subdued before the Lord and before his people. Give therefore your hearts and your souls to seek the Lord your God, and arise and build a sanctuary to the Lord God, that the ark of the covenant of the Lord and the vessels consecrated to the Lord may be brought into the house which is built to the name of the Lord. Chapter 23. David appointeth Solomon king. The distribution of the Levites and their offices. And David, being old and full of days, made Solomon his son king over Israel. And he gathered together all the princes of Israel, and the priests and Levites. And the Levites were numbered from the age of 30 years and upwards. And there were found of them 38,000 men. Of these 24,000 were chosen and distributed unto the ministry of the house of the Lord. 6,000 were the overseers and judges. Moreover, 4,000 were porters, and as many singers, singing to the Lord, with the instruments which he had made to sing with. And David distributed them into courses by the families of the sons of Levi, to wit, of Gerson, and of Kehath, and of Merari. The sons of Gerson were Ledan and Simei. The sons of Ledan, the chief Jahiel, and Zethan, and Joel, 3. The sons of Simei, Selomith, and Hosiel, and Aaron, 3. These were the heads of the families of Ledan. And the sons of Simei were Lehath, and Ziza, and Jos, and Beriah. These were the sons of Simei, 4. And Lehath was the first, Ziza the second. But Jos and Beriah had not many children, and therefore they were counted in one family and in one house. The sons of Kehath were Amram, and Esar, Hebron, and Osiel, 4. The sons of Amram, Aaron, and Moses. And Aaron was separated to minister in the Holy of Holies, he and his sons forever, and to burn incense before the Lord according to his ceremonies, and to bless his name forever. The sons also of Moses, the man of God, were numbered in the tribe of Levi. The sons of Moses were Gershom and Eleazar. The sons of Gershom, Shebuel the first. The sons of Eleazar were Rehobiah the first, and Eleazar had no more sons. The sons of Rehobiah were multiplied exceedingly. Sons of Isar, Solomoth the first. The sons of Hebron, Jeriel the first, Amarias the second, Jehaziel the third, Jokmeam the fourth. The sons of Otziel, Micah the first, Jesaiah the second. The sons of Merari, Maholi and Musi. The sons of Maholi, Eleazar and Sis. And Eleazar died and had no sons, but daughters. The sons of Sis, their brethren, took them. The sons of Musi, Maholi and Eder, and Jeremoth, 3. These are the sons of Levi in their kindreds and families, princes by their courses, and the number of every head that did the works of the ministry of the house of the Lord, from 20 years old and upward. For David said, The Lord, the God of Israel, hath given rest to his people, and a habitation in Jerusalem forever. And it shall not be the office of the Levites to carry any more the tabernacle, and all the vessels for the service thereof. So according to the last precepts of David, the sons of Levi are to be numbered from 20 years old and upward. And they are to be under the hand of the sons of Aaron for the service of the house of the Lord, in the porches, and in the chambers, and in the place of purification, and in the sanctuary, and in all the works of the ministry of the temple of the Lord. And the priests have the charge of the loaves of proposition, and of the sacrifice of fine flour, and of the unleavened cakes, and of the frying pan, and of the roasting, and of every weight and measure. And the Levites are to stand in the morning to give thanks, and to sing praises to the Lord, and in like manner in the evening, as well in the oblation of the holocausts of the Lord, as in the Sabbaths, and in the new moons, and the rest of the solemnities, according to the number and ceremonies prescribed for everything continually before the Lord. And let them keep the observances of the tabernacle of the covenant, and the ceremonies of the sanctuary, in the charge of the sons of Aaron their brethren, that they may minister in the house of the Lord. Chapter 24. The divisions of the priests into 24 courses, to serve in the temple, the chiefs of the Levites. Now these were the divisions of the sons of Aaron. The sons of Aaron, Nadab, and Abihu, and Eleazar, and Ithamar. But Nadab and Abihu died before their father, and had no children. So Eleazar and Ithamar did the office of the priesthood. And David distributed them, that is, Zadok of the sons of Eleazar, and Ahimelech of the sons of Ithamar, according to their courses and ministry. And there were found many more of the sons of Eleazar among the principal men than of the sons of Ithamar. And he divided them so, that there were of the sons of Eleazar 16 chief men by their families, and of the sons of Ithamar 8 by their families and houses. And he divided both the families one with the other by lot. For there were princes of the sanctuary and princes of God, both of the sons of Eleazar and of the sons of Ithamar. And Shemaiah, the son of Nathaniel, the scribe, a Levite, wrote them down before the king and the princes, and Zadok the priest, and Ahimelech, the son of Abiathar, and the princes also of the priestly and Levitical families, one house, which was over the rest of Eleazar, and another house, which had the rest under it of Ithamar. Now the first lot came forth to Joarib, the second to Jedi, the third to Haram, the fourth to Seorim, the fifth to Melchiah, the sixth to Maiman, the seventh to Achos, the eighth to Abiah, the ninth to Jeshua, the 10th to Shechaniah, the 11th to Eliashib, the 12th to Jacham, the 13th to Hopha, the 14th to Isbaim, the 15th to Belga, the 16th to Emir, the 17th to Hitzer, the 18th to Avses, the 19th to Phatia, the 20th to Hezekiel, the 21st to Jachin, the 22nd to Gamul, the 23rd to Delio, the 24th to Matzau. These are their courses, according to their ministries, to come into the house of the Lord, and according to their manner, under the hand of Aaron their father, as the Lord the God of Israel had commanded. Now of the rest of the sons of Levi, there was of the sons of Amram, Subal, and of the sons of Subal, Jehediah. Also of the sons of Rehobiah, the chief, Jesias, and the son of Isar, Salomoth, and the son of Salomoth, Jahath, and his son Jeriel, the first, Amarias, the second, Jahasiel, the third, Jechmain, the fourth, the son of Otziel, Micah, the son of Micah, Samir, the brother of Micah, Josiah, the son of Josiah, Zacharias, the sons of Merari, Mahole and Musai, the son of Otziel, Beno, the son also of Merari, Otziel, and Solom, and Zachar, and Hebri, and the son of Mahole, Eleazar, who had no sons, and the son of Sis, Jeremiel, the sons of Musai, Mahole, Eder, and Jeremoth. These are the sons of Levi according to the houses of their families. And they also cast lots over against their brethren, the sons of Aaron, before David the king, and Zadok, and Ahimelech, and the princes of the priestly and Levitical families, both the elder and the younger. The lot divided all equally. Chapter 25. The number and divisions of the musicians. Moreover, David and the chief officers of the army separated for the ministry the sons of Asaph, and of Heman, and of Iduthun, to prophesy with harps, and with psalteries, and with cymbals according to their numbers, serving in their appointed office. Of the sons of Asaph, Zachar, and Joseph, and Nathaniah, and Asarela, sons of Asaph, under the hand of Asaph, prophesying near the king. And of Iduthun, the sons of Iduthun, Godalias, Sorai, Josias, and Hasabias, and Mattathias, 6, under the hand of their father Iduthun, who prophesied with a harp to give thanks, and to praise the Lord. Of Heman also, the sons of Heman, Bochiel, Mathaniel, Othiel, Subuel, and Jeremoth, Ananias, Hanani, Eliatha, Gedelthi, and Romamtheitzer, and Jezbekasa, Melothi, Other, Mehaziah. All these were the sons of Heman, the seer of the king, in the words of God, to lift up the horn. And God gave to Heman 14 sons and 3 daughters. All these under their father's hand were distributed to sing in the temple of the Lord, with cymbals and psalteries and harps, for the service of the house of the Lord near the king, to wit, Asaph, and Iduthun, and Heman. And the number of them with their brethren that taught the song of the Lord, all the teachers, were 288. And they cast lots by their courses, the elder equally with the younger, the learned and the unlearned together. And the first lot came forth to Joseph, who was of Asaph, the second to Godalias, to him and his sons, and his brethren 12. The third to Zachar, to his sons and his brethren 12. The fourth to Isari, to his sons and his brethren 12. The fifth to Nathaniah, to his sons and his brethren 12. The sixth to Bochiel, to his sons and his brethren 12. The seventh to Israelah, to his sons and his brethren 12. The eighth to Josiah, to his sons and his brethren 12. The ninth to Mathanias, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 10th to Samias, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 11th to Azareel, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 12th to Hasabiah, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 13th to Subal, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 14th to Mattathias, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 15th to Jeremoth, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 16th to Hananias, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 17th to Jezbekasa, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 18th to Hanani, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 19th to Melothi, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 20th to Eliatha, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 21st to Other, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 22nd to Jeduthai, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 23rd to Mahaziah, to his sons and his brethren 12. The 24th to Romamtheazer, to his sons and his brethren, 12. Chapter 26. The divisions of the porters, offices of other Levites. And the divisions of the porters, of the Korites, Mesalamia, the son of Kore, of the sons of Asaph, the sons of Mesalamia, Zacharias the firstborn, Jedahiel the second, Zedebias the third, Jethaniel the fourth, Elam the fifth, Johanan the sixth, Elionai the seventh. And the sons of Obed-Edom, Semias the firstborn, Jozabad the second, Joah the third, Sakar the fourth, Nathaniel the fifth, Amiel the sixth, Issachar the seventh, Pholathai the eighth, for the Lord had blessed him. And to Semai his sons were born sons, heads of their families, for they were men of great valor. The sons then of Semias were Othni, and Raphael, and Obed, Elizabad, and his brethren most valiant men, and Elio, and Samachias. All these of the sons of Obed-Edom, they and their sons and their brethren, most able men for service, 62 of Obed-Edom. And the sons of Mesalamia, and their brethren strong men, were 18. And of Hosa, that is, of the sons of Merari, Simri the chief, for he had not a firstborn, and therefore his father made him chief. Helzias the second, Tibelius the third, Zacharias the fourth. All these, the sons and the brethren of Hosa, were 13. Among these were the divisions of the porters, so that the chiefs of the wards, as well as their brethren, always ministered in the house of the Lord. And they cast lots equally, both little and great, by their families, for every one of the gates. And the lot of the east fell to Selemias, but to his son Zacharias, a very wise and learned man, the north gate fell by lot. And to Obed-Edom and his sons, that towards the south, in which part of the house was the council of the ancients. To Sepham and Hosa towards the west, by the gate which leadeth to the way of the ascent, ward against ward. Now towards the east were 6 Levites, and towards the north 4 a day, and towards the south likewise 4 a day, and where the council was 2 and 2. In the cells also the porters toward the west 4 in the way, and 2 at every cell. These are the divisions of the porters of the sons of Kore and of Merari. Now Archias was over the treasures of the house of God, and the holy vessels. The sons of Ladon, the sons of Gersoni, of Ladon were heads of the families of Ladon, and Gersoni, Jehalai. The sons of Jehalai, Zathan and Joel, his brethren over the treasures of the house of the Lord, with the Amramites, and Isarites, and Hebronites, and Ozielites. And Sobael, the son of Gersom, the son of Moses, was chief over the treasures. His brethren also Eleazar, whose son Rehobiah, and his son Isaias, and his son Joram, and his son Zichri, and his son Salemeth, which Salemeth and his brethren were over the treasures of the holy things, which King David and the heads of families and the captains over thousands and over hundreds, and the captains of the host had dedicated. Out of the wars and the spoils won in battles, which they had consecrated to the building and furniture of the temple of the Lord. And all these things did Samuel the seer, and Saul the son of Cis, and Abner the son of Ner, and Joab the son of Sarvia had sanctified. And whosoever had sanctified those things, they were under the hand of Selemeth and his brethren. But Conanias and his sons were over the Israelites, for the business abroad over Israel, to teach them and judge them. And of the Hebronites, Hasabias and his brethren, most able men, 1,700 had the charge over Israel, beyond the Jordan westward, in all the works of the Lord, and for the service of the king. And the chief of the Hebronites was Duriah, according to their families and kindreds. In the 40th year of the reign of David they were numbered, and there were found most valiant men in Jazer-Galad, and his brethren of stronger age, 2,700 chiefs of families. And King David made them rulers over the Reubenites, and the Gadites, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, for all the service of God and the king. Chapter 27. The 12 captains for every month, the 12 princes of the tribes, David's several officers. Now the children of Israel, according to their number, the heads of families, captains of thousands and of hundreds, and officers that served the king according to their companies, who came in and went out every month in the year, under every chief, were 24,000. Over the first company, the first month, Jezboam, the son of Zabdiel, was chief, and under him were 24,000. Of the sons of Phares, the chief of all the captains in the host in the first month. The company of the second month was under Douay, an Ahohite, and after him was another named Machaloth, who commanded a part of the army of 24,000. And the captain of the third company for the third month was Benaias, the son of Joiada, the priest, and in his division were 24,000. This is that Benaias, the most valiant among the 30, and above the 30. And Ammizabad, his son, commanded his company. The fourth for the fourth month was Asahel, the brother of Joab, and Zebadias, his son, after him, and in his company were 24,000. The fifth captain for the fifth month was Samaoth, a Jezerite, and his company were 24,000. The sixth for the sixth month was Hira, the son of Achis, a Thecuite, and in his company were 24,000. The seventh for the seventh month was Heles, a Phalonite of the sons of Ephraim, and in his company were 24,000. The eighth for the eighth month was Sobekai, a Husathite, in the race of Zerahai, and in his company were 24,000. The ninth for the ninth month was Abiezer, an Anathothite, of the sons of Gemini, and in his company were 24,000. The tenth for the tenth month was Merai, who was a Netophathite, of the race of Zerai, and in his company were 24,000. The 11th for the 11th month was Benaias, a Pharathonite, of the sons of Ephraim, and in his company were 24,000. The 12th for the 12th month was Huldai, an Netophathite, of the race of Gathoniel, and in his company were 24,000. Now the chiefs over the tribes of Israel were these. Over the Reubenites, Eleazar the son of Zechariah was ruler. Over the Simeonites, Sappatias the son of Maacah. Over the Levites, Hasabias the son of Camuel. Over the Aaronites, Sadok. Over Judah, Eliu the brother of David. Over Issachar, Amri the son of Michael. Over the Zabulonites, Jesamias the son of Adias. Over the Naphtalites, Jeremoth the son of Osrael. Over the sons of Ephraim, Osi the son of Ozathiu. Over the half-tribe of Manasses, Joel the son of Phadiah. And over the half-tribe of Manasses in Gilad, Jedo the son of Zacharias. And over Benjamin, Jesiel the son of Abner. And over Dan, Ezrahel the son of Jeroham. These were the princes of the children of Israel. But David would not number them from 20 years old and under, because the Lord had said that he would multiply Israel like the stars of heaven. Joab the son of Sarviah began to number, but he finished not, because upon this there fell wrath upon Israel, and therefore the number of them that were numbered was not registered in the chronicles of King David. And over the king's treasures was Asmah the son of Adiel, and over those shores which were in the cities, and in the villages, and in the castles was Jonathan the son of Ozias. And over the tillage and the husbandmen who tilled the ground was Esri the son of Cheluth. And over the dressers of the vineyards was Samias a Ramathite. And over the wine cellars Sebdias and Aphanite. And over the olive yards and the fig groves which were in the plains was Balaam a Jederite. And over the oil cellars Joas. And over the herds that fed in Saron was Setrai a Saronite. And over the oxen in the valleys, Saphat, the son of Adlai. And over the camels, Ubil, and Ishmaelite. And over the asses, Jedias, a Marionathite. And over the sheep, Jazes, and Adorim. All these were the rulers of the substance of King David. And Jonathan, David's uncle, a counselor, a wise and learned man, he and Jehiel, the son of Hachmoni, were with the king's sons. And Achitophel was the king's counselor, and Chusai the Arakite the king's friend. And after Achitophel was Joiada, the son of Benaias, and Abiathar. and the general of the king's army was Joab. Chapter 28. David's speech in a solemn assembly. His exhortation to Solomon. He giveth him a pattern of the temple. And David assembled all the chief men of Israel, the princes of the tribes, and the captains of the companies who waited on the king, and the captains over thousands and over hundreds, and them who had the charge over the substance and possessions of the king, and his sons with the officers of the court, and the men of power, and all the bravest of the army at Jerusalem. And the king rising up and standing said, Hear me, my brethren and my people. I had a thought to have built a house in which the ark of the Lord and the footstool of our God might rest, and I prepared all things for the building. And God said to me, Thou shalt not build a house to my name, because thou art a man of war and hast shed blood. But the Lord God of Israel chose me of all the house of my father to be king over Israel forever. For of Judah he chose the princes, the house of Judah my father's house, and among the sons of my father it pleased him to choose me king over all Israel. And among my sons, for the Lord hath given me many sons, he hath chosen Solomon my son to sit upon the throne of the kingdom of the Lord over Israel. And he said to me, Solomon thy son shall build my house and my courts, for I have chosen him to be my son, and I will be a father to him. And I will establish his kingdom forever, if he continue to keep my commandments and my judgments, as at this day. Now then, before all the assembly of Israel, in the hearing of our God, keep ye and seek all the commandments of the Lord our God, that you may possess the good land, and may leave it